seconds Invictus Gaming's turn to ban.
All right. Looks like we've got things working. Took a while, but this is Gutsy here bringing you another cast. We've got the China Dota2 Super Major Qualifiers, and we're casting some Chinese games here. We're going to have Keen Gaming already up a game against Invictus Gaming. I guess I could quickly introduce the players. You got Chinese symbols on one of them, Yuna on another, Dark on another, Chinese symbols on another, and then Chinese symbols on another. Followed by Q, XXS, SRF, Baboka, and Aggressive on Invictus Gaming. I'm kind of surprised because I've never heard of anyone on Keen Gaming side. I know Keen Gaming's been around for a while, but I've actually never heard of Keen Gaming, like the players on it. Whereas IG, I recognize Baboka, I recognize Aggressive, obviously. But either way, we'll start. Bans, we got Naga, we got Night Stalker, banned out by IG, Nyx next. So it looks like they really don't want roamers and they don't want team fight interruptions. So we're probably going to see some hard 5-man from IG, maybe some push. Whereas with Keen Gaming, we have Tiny and Tusk Band, which are kind of team fight disruptors like Naga. But, I mean, they could also roam too, right? So that's just kind of a pro thing. Pros just ban out roamers. It's what they do best. Omni Knight's going to be banned next, another very powerful hero. So there's a few powerful heroes still left in the pool. Sand King, I wouldn't say he's one of them. A really powerful hero at the moment would be maybe Lifestealer. I think Lifestealer is pretty powerful. In terms of mid heroes, Pit Lord is pretty good, or sorry, the Sun Lord. That's it, Leshrac. He's like the #1 pick at the moment in Pro Scene. So Lesh Clock, and I actually figured out why Lesh is so good. It's because he's really fast. I think it's one of the most underrated aspects of him. I played a pub against him recently, and he just freaking could outzone anyone because he's just so fast. It's hard to catch him, hard to do anything, and he just outruns you and beats you down. Lifestealer will be the other pickup on IG, as I predicted. Back to bans, Death Prophet. They're going to get rid of Push. Void, there goes some team fight. So most likely that'll be the next one. Just 2 more cores. They've already kind of nailed the supports down. They could maybe get rid of a Wisp if they feel that might be an issue, but I don't think these teams do Wisp. I haven't studied them in a while. We'll see what they're up to. Heroes that come with Lifestealer are going to be best. Bat Rider is pretty decent. I've seen him getting picked up a little bit, although I think he's still a pretty weak hero at the moment. You could get the Storm Spirit. It's a little early to ban out a Storm Spirit because I doubt any of them are going to pick Storm Spirit. In terms of Keen Gaming, what hero will they want? They want someone that synergizes with Clock. Invoker's pretty good. They could always go an Invoker.
5 seconds remaining.
We'll find out. Another hero, maybe with Lesh. Let's find out. So they're going to grab OD. Very powerful. I can't believe I forgot OD, actually. OD, this patch is like OD, Lifestealer, Leshrac. Every game. Maybe not Lifestealer, but OD, Leshrac every game. So Keen Gaming already, I think they have the better draft. Lifestealer is decent against OD, but it's hard to gap close when he gets his items. So they're going to need a hero that does that. Currently, they only have Sand King, who's a little slow to come online. So Bat Rider's looking really good here. I mean, Bat Rider is... It sucks when you blink in and Odie's already imprisoned himself. Or if he has a sheep, he sheeps you while you blink in. But I doubt that's going to be the case. So I think Bat Rider would still be a good pick. He comes online early. Skip the drums. You could probably get a really fast blink. Mind you, Bat Rider's not good against Lifestealer and Lightning Face. Well, sorry, I'm talking about Bat Rider being a Lifestealer's team. That's another thing. Keen Gaming could have went Bat Rider, but not with a Lifestealer. And they already have Clock. That could be a Clock offlane. I'm seeing that a little bit more. Mind you, I think the success rate's kind of low on it. Drow's still a hero. Visage is still a hero. In terms of Drow, it would most likely be on Keen Gaming's team. It's not great against Lifestealer, though, so I doubt Drow's going to be the hero they pick. And they could throw OD in the safe lane, too, and pick up a mid laner. In terms of IG's hero, I really like Storm. I really like Bat. you know, just your obvious initiations. You could just go Quap too. Quap's nice. We'll find out. It'll be their other support, Rubik's. So, hook shot, lots of spells on Lesh. Not really good against OD, but that's still a pretty justified pick there. Keen Gaming, I think they have their support duo, so they'll just need an offlaner and either a mid or carry. I don't think that's an offlane clock, even though I have seen it recently. I can't remember what the game was. 6 seconds remaining. The bonus pool's 210 for Keen Gaming. And they'll go with the bread and butter, the Underlord. That's probably the strongest offlaner at the moment. You can't go wrong picking this guy. He scales so well in the late game. His mana's ridiculous. Definitely needs an int nerf, in my opinion. Ice Frog, if you're watching this, you know what to do.
10 seconds remaining.
8 seconds left for IG to pick their hero. They already have probably their 2 supports. It could be a Sand King offlane, but I wouldn't do it. Especially if they plunk OD there. Range heroes are just really good against Sand King. They'll grab Puck. That could be an offlane. I think people are running at mid, though, actually. And in that case, Keen Gaming could put OD mid? Not sure. There's a lot of flexibility in IG's draft. Not so much in Keen Gaming's. Maybe, as I've mentioned a bunch of times, OD on the safe lane role. In terms of bans, I think they'll be mid laners, assuming Puck's off lane, and that's a support roam Sand King. Then they'll probably be banning out a mid lane hero. If I was Keen Gaming, Storm Spirit is actually not... Yeah, Storm's kind of good. They do have catch for him, but he's still a little too elusive, I think. Until OD gets like a sheep, which won't happen. It'll most likely be mobility items. In terms of IG, what do they want to ban? I still think they should ban a mid hero. Maybe like a mid carry-ish kind of hero. Someone who's versatile. Razor's pretty popular, but they have him banned already. So, other heroes. They need some... I guess Lifestealer goes into Puck, so that's their initiator. They don't need to worry about him so much. They're very magic heavy other than the Lifestealer, so maybe they want someone who delivers a little more physical. In that case, they could go Shadow Fiend. It doesn't really synergize with their draft. But he could bring still some initiation. No one goes physical Shadow Fiend. They all do magic. Medusa, no. They need someone who pushes. Dragonite would be good. And he's kind of tanky. Rather than just have it relying on Lifestealer in the front lines. So Dragonite could be a possible pick. They ban out Brewmaster. Just a teamfight disruptor. He's really good. Brewmaster's good because he just keeps Underlord out of a fight, or he could keep OD out of a fight, and they could just clean up. They'd probably do it to OD because Lifestealer could deal with Underlord a bit better. Keen Gaming. What hero will Invictus Gaming be banning against them? I already think it's a mid. What are they lacking? They're lacking a bit of push other than the Leshrac, so they could go a DK themselves. I think DK for both teams are good. Maybe someone who synergizes with OD. The Omni's banned. They could do Clock offlane and grab a Wisp. That is possible, but that's kind of, I think, not that great. Especially when you're fighting in the Sand King Puck. Lots of gap close that could easily just disrupt your chain. They're going to ban DK. That's expected. $22 seconds left. IG only have 20-second reserve time, but I'm pretty sure they'll know who to ban. Huskar is not going to fit this draft. We'll see what it is. It's going to be Lina. Very popular hero at the moment. CC's been playing it a bunch. I saw Sumail playing it a bit too, so I'm not sure why people are picking the Lina. I think it's just so you could burst down OD quick enough. And DK is banned, so DK is pretty good against Lina, so I guess that's fine. I don't know. I'm not sold on IG's draft. It looks a little squishy. There's not too many people who frontline. The only frontliner is basically Lifestealer, and you gotta hope that Sand King lands his Epi Burrow on multiple heroes. Otherwise, it's just not gonna work. Keen Gaming. This is a... Other than the Puck silence, I think this is a good game for Storm for them, too. For Keen Gaming. Just zip around, zip on the Lina, zip on the Rubik. Catch out Sand King quickly. Even Quap, I guess, could kind of do the same thing. What are their heroes? They're lacking push, though. I think they need more push. And IG now doesn't have... IG has some really poor push. They're basically relying on Lina just having a lot of auto attacks. Or they're relying on winning a team fight, which then leads into a push. Heroes that synergize with... they could go Terrorblade and put OD mid. It's really greedy, but they don't have anything to deal with illusions, really, other than Sand King and Puck. There's no way Alina's going to walk up close to a Terrorblade. Phantom Lancer. Okay, so they still get an illusion hero, which is good. PL's actually better than TB because he could just get right in your face and deke. Like all these stuns, like Lina's stun, with the cast time is pretty poor against PL. Actually, PL's really good here. So I've already introduced the players. I haven't introduced who's playing who. You got Q on Rubik, aggressive on Lifestealer. That's expected. Baboka Sand King is really good. And I don't know anyone on Keen Gaming, unfortunately. I'm sorry to say, but I just don't. But is that a PL mid then? I think that's a PL mid. Because it's going to be Lina mid. Oh, I don't know. No, you got to put OD mid, don't you? Lightning's going to be really wonky here because there's all kinds of stuff they could do. They could do like an aggro try. They could do 2-1-2. They could just plunk 3 heroes mid. I'm just stating all possible options, but that's honestly what this draft is like. I'm not sure who's doing what exactly. So I'm going to hide this. We could put up last hits denies. I think my thing's a little too fast. Let me just slow it down. Camera speed. Okay, that's a bit better. What are the items? Lots of wards. Wait, am I seeing? Okay. I thought I saw 3 wards, but he just gave him another ward. Odie's gonna do block preparation. I guess Lina's gonna do it too. I don't like when they do this. I'd rather supports go here and cores go out. But I think they do this because it's a lot more riskier for a core to die than a support to die roaming out. So 2 here, 2 here. Very passive positioning. It's a pretty nice emo. Up here, might have a collision. Aggressive in Q. Gonna run into Dark. Maybe Yuna. Yuna's kind of hiding. We're just going to push him out. I don't think they're going to be able to contest this. Down here, we got some action, though. Baboka's going to stun PL. PL's going to try and... PL's okay-ish. He's taking a lot of damage, though, but here's the power of the Disco Pony. And you're also seeing a lot of Lightning Storm maxes again. It did get nerfed since the last time Leshrac was pretty popular, but it's kind of increased, too. Here's a ward. I think he knows about this. Let me click the career, please. No, that's the Tangos. Wait, Tangos first. Oh, yeah, okay. Don't see that too often. Isn't his salve? Yeah, that's salve. I don't think I've ever seen that. I gotta watch more games. Either way, down here in bottom lane, we got PL and Leshrac. This is a very strange lane. Puck off lane with Sand King just parking it. That makes sense. It's really hard to put your support mid lane nowadays. Normally, you get a range support and you just harass the other mid. Especially in the case of, like... Actually, Lina and OD are both pretty even in terms of needing a range support to get them started for last hits. It's the same thing with an SF. Burrow Strike from Baboka, followed by the Illusory Orb on Puck. Lightning Strike will be used in return. Both teams are kind of pretty even HP in this bottom lane. Meanwhile, in top lane, aggressive, farming it up. 3 last hits. Not the greatest, actually, but he is higher than PL, who is bottom lane, so slightly in favor of the Dire at the moment, IG. King Gaming. OD taking a lot of harass in the mid lane. The mids are both doing pretty even in last hits, actually. Up here, we're going to have an engagement with Yuna and Q. Yuna just trying to stop the block, or the pull, which so far is Not going to work, actually. He gets the one pull. That's a single pull, though. He's got to chain it. He should know that Yuna's going to be here. Yuna's going to keep tabs on this. I don't know if he wants to do this pull, actually. I guess so, because it's just one temporary creep wave that he's going to get. He could try and even it out. But Underlords joined the fight. So it is a 2-1-2 lane. Seeing this a lot. They're actually just going to grab these creeps, which is kind of interesting. In mid, Lena's very low, but she's keeping the pressure on OD. This is normal. Lena normally beats out standard mid heroes like SF and that due to her attack animation BS. Sorry to share my bias. I do not like fighting a Lena mid. I don't think most people do. It's kind of like fighting a Husker and a Razor, just a little more balanced. Boboka. Level 2, holding that point. Not sure if he'll need the Sandstorm. I doubt... When you're roaming with Sand King, Caustic Finale, you really don't need too many points in, I find. So he might just do like a Sandstorm, Burrow Strike max. I haven't checked the leveling on the other heroes. Clockwork Standard, Rubik Standard. Dark, he's got 2 points and holding a point. This is actually really interesting. I don't think I've seen that before. We already saw his leveling. And this is very common too. I'm starting to see this more. This is something that's a very published build, but it's starting to take a little bit of prevalence in pro scene games. It's really good against Lena because it just outzones her. Sorry for missing that kill on bottom. 1 for 1. It's been a while since I've casted it, if you haven't noticed. That's why I'm doing this. This is practice. Yuna going to be hitting creeps. Boboka has a ward. Wand is like the... What was the last item that was really good? What was the last item? I think it was... I guess it still is Helm of the Dominator. I felt like every hero was buying Helm of the Dominator, but now it seems like it's Magic Wand. Every hero just rushes and look at this. Like, just... this is one. Lena does not have Magic Wand, but normally every other hero just buys a Magic Wand first. It's really good now. I think every hero this game, like Puck's already got his, PL's got his. There's going to be some action in mid. Ooh, they got to be so careful. Boboka's got an Invis rune. Who else has a Magic Wand? These two don't. So there's 3 heroes without Magic Wand this game, but everyone else is just booking into it. Hello, Weston. Sorry, I just saw your message. I'm just in the middle of practicing my cast. Because I might be doing one from... 4 noob from UA, but I'm not entirely sure. Here comes the Invis rune. I think they're gonna get him. Oh, wand. Oh, what a nice imprisonment. Yuna's gonna come in. He's probably gonna die though. I don't know about this. Gets stunned up with Burrow Strike. XXS picks up the kill there. That was still a really impressive. I don't know. Maybe Lena should have committed. I guess not, because she gets the farm, right? By not committing. Q is finally going to be able to get his chain pull off. Oh, Q, what are you doing, man? I actually can't say this to him. I did this like 4 times today. Because I don't know why the aggro of the creeps, something's different. I think it's only this one. I don't do it with Radiant. Because look how close the Radiant is. Dire's just too far away, I feel. And it's a lot more difficult. XSS gonna be farming the jungle while the lane's pushed out. What's SRF doing? Runes have already spawned. Oh, needs to be careful. Yuna's gonna find him. Should be fine. Top lane. Got some pressure on this tower. Dark. I don't know about this. They're gonna go on him. Yuna's gonna TP, but Aggressive's doing some pretty heavy damage. That's one tanky ass hero though. It's just going to be a stalemate. That was looking a little close. Double damager in top lane. Boboka, I'm seeing this man everywhere. He's bottom, he's mid, now he's here. DD with Caustic Finale is pretty lethal, so... They're going to give it to Lena, though. She doesn't have bottle. I guess that's fine. Ranged attack's always over melee. He's going to place a ward in the back. I don't know if they saw that. I don't know the hotkey for doing Fog of War. But I'll try and learn that. Down here, Baboka is going to get spotted out. He is low in mana. But Lina will be able to pick off Chinese characters on Leshrac. I missed that kill too. I'm doing really bad. Yuna's going to try a rotation. This is what you want to do on Lina. Lina's very squishy. You catch her out with the clockwork, she's pretty dead. She's still going to get her stun off though, which is surprising. She gets everything off. So that's max output and damage, but they got to be careful. In the backlines, Baboka's going to get a stun, but these are real tanky heroes. Look at that. They took a stun, they took a Fade Bolt, and they're all still like close to half HP. Last hits, we haven't really, I mean, it's been there the whole time, but we haven't really observed. It's pretty even, I'd say. Radiant's kind of catching up in last hits now. I think Dire is moving around a little bit too much. Baboka especially, he's kind of all over the map. We'll see. Aggressive, going for the treads. Ring of Basilius? Interesting. Normally you just see, what is it, Wand Treads Radiance? If he goes Basilius, that's going to be kind of cool. I think that's actually smarter than just straight up going for the Radiance. Because you need like Wand plus another mana item. He's going to go Aquila actually, so. That's a very Arteezy-esque thing to do. So, or maybe Aggressive's the one who thought this up. He'll definitely go for Radiance after that. I don't see him doing an Armlet build or something else. No ward mid, but they'll have the vision advantage. I missed another kill for frig's sakes. Baboka though, he's actually running. They're very low, but I mean, he probably barrel strike to get that kill. Or sorry, to try and save his teammate, and he dies for it. So, well played by Keaton Gaming. Keaton Gaming is a lot more static than IG, and I think it's really benefiting them a lot. Dust already picked up on Clockwork. Does Sand King even have a point in it? No, he doesn't. But just to be safe, you never know. 108 gold can result in a kill. Why not? Sticking to the 2-1-2. Actually, it's 1-2-2 now. How are stacks going? I don't think I see any stacks. It's almost stack time, so I assume Clock's gonna maybe try and do one. For the Dire, I don't think I see any stacks over here. Aggressive pops out of a creep. Not sure what he's doing there. The scan catches out SRF. Actually, he's the only one who's stacking. This is a much safer stack than this one. There's just a lot more advantage to the Radiant side than the Dire. I just pick Radiant every game. XSS though, gonna go in. Aggressive's gonna start the initiation. There's the stun. Don't even need to use the ultimate. Just some right clicks and he's out of here. The Wildkin, not able to stop this. They're gonna ping it out, try and kill it maybe. No. Underlord falls. Double damage on OD. Let's get the KDR board going on here. Lina's in the lead, but look at the Radiant. They're looking pretty healthy. There's that value point in Sandstorm now. You don't really need more points in Caustic. Especially when you're against so many ranged heroes. It's decent against Illusion. But so's Radiance on Lifestealer, right? Bottom lane. Yuna has now rotated. PL's just going to do some jungle farm. Give him some levels. He's got to get that level 6. Very close. One creep wave away. Boom. Now has it. TPs needs to watch out, though. Gets the stunned up by the Dream Coil, and now this is probably going to cost his team. And it does. 2 die for that. He had the right idea, but you can't just go teleporting in front of a puck. Unless if his intention was to get rid of the ult, but now their tower's getting pressured. They got to do something here, and Puck's not an easy hero to kill. Working on the Veil before the Blink. Up here in top lane, we got a slow happening on the creep, and then Aggressive just blows it up. He's had enough of that one. No Helm of the Dominator BS from this Abyss Underlord. Or, Underlord, sorry. First tower goes the way of Invictus Gaming. PL's starting to apply pressure. He's got Aquila. Where was aggressive again? Okay, they're pretty much even. Oh, look at this. Armlet. Now, he can still go Radiance. I've seen this once before. Someone went Armlet into Radiance. And I don't think it slows you down. It's kind of like what people do with Alchemist. Where they go Armlet just for survivability, right? It just... Mind you, he has an actual escape with Infest, but it's not really reliable, so it makes sense to go one more item. Maybe then he'll hop on the Radiance bandwagon. Excuse me. Aggressive. Facing the aggression of Keen Gaming. Here comes the team. They're going to come in. Yuna with the hook shot. He's going to be able to get his cogs. It doesn't really do much, though. KG... Leshrac falls. It's kind of a stalemate again. They get one support. That's the end of it. But IG is starting to pull lead. Maybe the rotations are finally paying off. Mind you, you got pretty much all of Keen Gaming up here. Aggressive. He must know they're here. Because look at mid. Lena's just pushing mid. It's going to force the Leshrac TP. So we still have the same scenario up in top lane. Or do we? King Gaming's backing off. IG. Yeah, they definitely know this. Aggressive chain Q, that Radiance, sir. Force Staff being built on Rubik. The Veil's almost done on Puck. Standard timing. Lena's pretty much got Yules. Ah, what the heck? Goes Force Staff. Interesting. It's pretty good, actually. Get a stun. No one's here, though. Dark should be fine. He'll just walk away. Mid lane, we're going to have some pressure from Keen Gaming. They're going to go on to Chinese characters on the OD, but he forces down on the cliff. That's a beautiful hook shot coming in from Yuna, but we got the Burrow Strike from the top on Baboka. Illusory Orb followed by Lena in the backlines. They're going to just eviscerate Keen Gaming. Aggressive, unable to escape, but I think they're going to be satisfied with this one. No, they're not. PL comes in the backline. Nice stun from Lena. We got Leshrac with his stun also. They're going in on Lena. They're going to kill her. Yes, they will. SRF is now in. They're behind enemy lines trying to get this PL. They got to get at least PL here. They lost 3 members, but the Illusory Orb's a little off point. They do have DD, and he's just going to walk away from this. Beautiful fight from Keen Gaming. Force Staff just does that, right? If you remember Speed Gaming from way back in MLG, like Force Staff Gaming, it just creates space. So OD just forces down the cliff. They invest a ton of abilities into him. You know, you had the Burrow Strike invested. You had the Lena stun. And then they're still chasing them up the hill. Boom, PL's dead. Just bam. Just dead. Just dead. Aggressive. Gonna go on Dark. He knows he is low in mana, but there's no way they're gonna kill him in this time. Well, maybe XXS gets in here. No, it's not enough. They realize. They might try and turn on Yuna. Nope. That Vanguard is just too tanky. Actually, wait. Did XSS have his ult? No. Force Staff on cooldown. This is most likely a dead Lena. They should be able to get a return kill on at least one of the supports. It will be on Leshrac. Nope, he gets imprisoned. OD's now in trouble. I think he opened the wrong batch of cookies. Leshrac is fighting for his life. Is there going to be a pop from him? No, there is not. Illusory Orb trying to get some space. OD actually might live this, which is surprising. I thought he was going to be the one dying. Yes, he will live. The Pit of Malice from Underlord does keep the space for OD to successfully live. Pop the Shrine to get some HP. KDR is kind of all over the place now, but it's even Stevens. Chinese characters PL. Looking for some farm. Has the defusal complete. Going for the pipe. This is... A lot of people flame for these carry pipe... Or, not pipe, sorry, hood. These carry hood builds. I think E was the one who pioneered it, but... when you're ahead in farm, like when you're in a good position, going something that kind of sets you back but also will keep you in the same position is there's nothing bad for it. You don't have to be greedy. There's other heroes that can be greedy. A PL doesn't have to be greedy. You know, you can make OD be greedy if he wants to give up a mobility item for maybe a quicker sheep stick or something like that. He's going to go both mobility items, though. They're going to bait this out. Here comes the hook shot. Stops the TP. That is one dead puck. Dominating on PL. 4-0. Chinese characters. Crushing. But yeah, like, this isn't going to hinder him. It's going to take him, like, not even 5 minutes to build this. And then look at their team. Magic, 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 magic. 4 magic heroes. It makes sense. Whereas if you look on the other team, you know, magic, 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 there's like 3. So they could do it too. Aggressive could technically do it. Oh, look at this. Aggressive says, screw the Radiance. We're doing this TI style. They're going to go on XXS. He does still have his Force Staff plus a Shrine. I doubt this is going to lead up into anything. Mid lane, top lane, we got a little bit of an engagement. Nothing's going to happen here, though. Ooh, Firestorm stolen by Rubik. He's going to love that. This is how he's going to get his Force Staff in the next 30 seconds. But Boca does not blink. I'm surprised they're fighting for this tower. They should probably sack it to go buy some farm time for Blink. Get spotted out by the rocket. Needs to be careful. Clockwork does have hook shot. They're going to ditch. They get the tower. They back out. IG is going to try and make a move on top. They do know there's somebody up here, but they need to be careful. It's a double damage. Aggressive gets the slow on him. Needs to... He doesn't know about Pit of Malice yet. Now he does with that creep. He could see him, obviously. Backs away from Pit of Malice. Not used. Just fake pumped. Keen Gaming with another aggressive maneuver in the mid lane. Oh, this is a dead Yuna if I've ever seen one. He's in a very bad position. Odie's just going to force down. They're just going to submit this Yuna kill. Aggressive. Won't get the last hit, but that's okay. Lena did. But Boca, in the meantime, though, is farming his Blink. It's going to be a 20-minute one. Position 4, that's a little late. But it's not horrible. They get the stun on Rubik. He's definitely dead. He's not going to use Firestorm. Oh! Maybe not. No, he's dead. They'll just get quickly out of there. That's really good. Obviously. They get a kill, they get out. A little bit of tower damage, not too much. Map-wise for Vision, there isn't a whole lot. They got 2 wards in the same spot down here, both teams. Actually, there's some decent aggressive wards from Keen Gaming up here, but this one's going to get dewarded. They'll know about this from that last kill. This one, maybe not. It's in a very common spot, but I doubt that one's going to get dewarded. Do we even have dewards on the position 5s? Rubik can't afford one. He's got 2 wards. There is one on Chinese characters Leshrak. He knows. But these are his wars. But he... No. I guess because aggressive moved down here, he might think there's a ward, but I don't think he wants to be placing it until he knows for sure. Keen Gaming putting on a lot of pressure. And IG doesn't really have the late game draft. I think Keen Gaming has better late game. PL's going to get stunned up by the Dream Coil. I almost called it Mist Coil. It is Dream Coil. Hook shot. Oh, that is a dead Lena. That Force Staff ain't going to save you. Lena just gets eviscerated here. Baboka comes in with the ult. But unfortunately, he only hits Dark. That's not the greatest. I think this is really good for Keen Gaming. Yeah, they're going to get the 2-man stun. Mind you, Leshrak's getting low. That is only a support, but that's a mega kill spree on the PL. They're really low, but you know who isn't low? OD is not low. I'm going to watch this fight. He does not blink. He does have Force Staff. Needs to be careful. Firestorm. Holy shoot. That was greedy. I mean, I understand where he's coming from. You got a 1 second. Whoops. You got a 1 second cooldown on your Force Staff? And there's like a half HP Rubik? I get it. But I mean, you knew the puck was there. I think he knew the puck was there. Let's check items out. We got pipe. I mean, we don't even need to look at Underlord's items. We know what he's going to build. 2 blink daggers. Double the trouble. Bloodstone on Lena. I mean, it's standard, but I don't know. Keen Gaming, with the towers dead, they're going to easily pick up this rush. 0 contest. 22 minutes. The next rush we could possibly see at the 30 minute, 30 second mark. And 3 minutes afterwards. Could be 33, who knows. Keen Gaming's in a very good spot. And like I said, IG doesn't really have the greatest late game draft. Lifestealer is always nice, but this is a very standard Lifestealer. The Radiance Lifestealer, I'm surprised he's not going Radiance too, because PL's an illusion hero. Either way, we have a fight going here. Rubik's gonna try and TP out, but that's just way too much damage coming out. Especially when you're fighting an OD. That's just not the hero you want to be taking right clicks from. Mind you, I think OD only got 1 right click. But as I was saying, I'm surprised Aggressive's gone this very normal... This is such a TI build. It's almost like you'd expect this from Aggressive because he's aggressive. This is what he did. But Radiance versus PL is so good. And it gives you that late game presence that his team's kind of missing. Either way, they're going to go on Baboko. That's a nice follow-up stun. Gonna eviscerate Leshrac. Oh, PL gets stunned here. They maybe... Oh, buyback from Lesh. Interesting. This is an aggressive buyback. You don't see these too often. But he is a support. They want to keep this push going. How many abilities were used there? They didn't use any alts, right? Oh, maybe they did. There's 2 alts on cooldown for the Dire. But here we go. Baboko has the alt. He's gonna go in. He's not really hitting anyone. He gets the half duration off. Rubik gets a nice steal. It's Firestorm. He's gonna place it down. It's gonna do a lot of damage to King Gaming. But they're just going to walk away from this. 2 down, and that's it. They're getting out of there. Oh, Baboko, though. Nice Burrow Strike. He's going to catch Yuna. That's a dead Yuna. Flat. Oh, maybe not. Force Staff. Nice OD ult, though. Oh, the rocket from Yuna. Snipes out Baboko. That was a little back and forwards there. So, Keen Gaming pick up something. Baboka's not having a good game. The only ult I've seen Baboko land was on an Abyss Underlord, which is kind of the last person you want to be hitting those on. He needs to just go for OD. It doesn't really do too much to OD, but still. And that's another hero. OD with a pipe is really good. We might see multiple pipes. He's just going to go BKB. Actually, yeah, OD won't go pipe. He'll just stick to the BKB. Hook shot. It's going to be in on SRF. They do have the Doppelganger. Or Doppelwalk, sorry. Dream Coil is going to be used, but it's only on OD. Does he have Blink? Doesn't matter, because he takes damage. He's got Phase Shift Blink. He blinks to the north. OD sees this. Oh, jaunts it. OD's, all of his mobility items are on cooldown, so Puck will live this one. Not bad. Force Staff. We've already seen Aggressive's build on IG. Force Staff. He's going to go Force Staff. Lots of Force Staffs here. That's normal. Force Staff on OD. Clockwork Force Staff also. Leshrac going drums. Probably pipe. He might go Force Staff. No, that's not right. It'll be you. I think he could go pipe. I don't think PL's going to go pipe anytime soon. This is just like a casual Hood of Defiance until he gets 6 slotted. Or needs a 6 slot, and then he'll probably ditch it. But the pipe just got picked up on Abyss Underlord. They'll eviscerate OD. So that's a good pick for IG. KDR board's now back to even. Yeah, this is weird. If he's got pipe, do they really need 2? 2's okay. If you're fighting a lot of magic, you just pop 1 and it'll most likely be Leshrac pops his first. And then Underlord pops his second. And then if you got BKBs and, you know, PL's got his own hood, they're going to be doing really well. Whoops. Tutors, my bad. Decent sentries out here from the Dire. They got one defensive ward over here. Radiant's got one aggressive there. They got a defensive one, which was probably used for Rush. Which was, what was Rush again? 22, I think. 22-30. Yule's on puck. Just mobility. What's his next item? Is that Dagon, I guess? Either way. King Game is going to force the last tower. We got a smoke gank coming up from IG. Sentry's placed. They want to make sure that they have the vision before they proceed further into this. I think King Gaming knows about this, though. IG still going to pursue. It's only a 4-man. No one's showing on the map. They should definitely know this is happening. Lifestealer obviously will be parked inside of Baboka. He does get his smoke blink, but they know about this already. Pink's come out from PL. They're just going to try and back. Yuna, though, he wants a hook shot. Not going to get it. Meanwhile, this entire time, OD. Just pushing out mid. A failed smoke gank from IG. Do they have any others? No. No, they do not. Probably going to be a counterplay. Lifestealer just popped out. This is not good. DD on PL. I think King Gaming's worried about the high ground, though, but that was a really decent position for them. Where was Underlord? Oh, no, it wasn't. If Underlord was there, it would have been really good. Still the tier 1 alive mid. This is causing a lot of problems for IG. It just kind of halts any continuous rotations, like with smoke ganks and stuff. They can't just keep going with the smoke gank because you don't want to be fighting that close to towers when buybacks could be a thing. Speaking about buybacks, let's take a look, see who has any buybacks. Actually, it's pretty even for both teams. Gold is only 2k ahead for King Gaming. EXP is pretty much dead even. So even though towers are more in favor for Keen, it's actually a pretty even game here. You're gonna have a meet up mid. Rubik, uh-oh. He fucks up. I mean, frigs up. I cannot swear. I gotta not do that. He frigs up the Force Staff. Nearly costs him. OD isn't going to just jump in, though, willy-nilly on a Rubik. He knows what kills are worth money and what aren't. Gem picked up on clock. 29 minutes. This is probably an average time gem. I don't think you really see it earlier than this if you've got map control. Warding, though, is saying a different story. Look at this. We got like a Christmas tree going on here with the wards. Every team's got some decent vision. This was from their smoke gank, though. And that's the thing with smoke ganks that, whoops, my bad. I missed that one, too. That's the thing with smoke ganks that I don't think a lot of pros notice, is that when someone smoke ganks, like the minute they saw Baboka mess up the smoke gank here, and they backed off and they re-engage. I'm really into explaining this story, sorry. I'm just going to explain it. What the other team should do when a smoke gank fails is invade that area and just place sentries, because you're most likely going to find some wards, because they're also using that smoke gank to ward at the same time. I wonder if King Gaming's got any smokes. I didn't see any. They have that gem, though, so they're probably just going to play it slow, try and get that gem coverage. IG getting a few return kills. The OD is always nice. But he's got his BKB now. It's going to get really tough to kill this OD. That might also be a reason why Lifestealer didn't go the Radiance, is because they're probably so big in the magic damage that he feels it's not necessarily needed. And he wants just more physical to make up for the lack of physical his team has. Lena, we haven't seen too much of Lena. She's been busy farming. She's got an okay Bloodstone. Down here, there will be a pick on Rubik. I just caught the edge of that. I guarantee you I will not miss another kill for the rest of the game. I promise. Top lane, SRF doing some creep cutting, most likely, or waiting to do some creep cutting. We got a little invasion down here, Bob, but like I said, these wards have already been placed, so they're going to know about this. They're just going to do the dewarding with clock now. Ward number 2 will be picked off there. He just walked over it. Oh, he doesn't have the gem. Who'd he give it to? OD got it. Okay. That's unfortunate. That means they don't get these wards down here. IG can maybe try and be aggressive knowing that 2 heroes are bottom. Underlord's TPs are in his inventory. Oh, you know what they're waiting for? Rosh. He's 1 minute away from spawning. I was wondering why they were doing this. So IG should know this. They definitely know the Rosh time, so they want to make something happen. They know that 2 heroes are bought with these wards. These wards actually might bring them in a really nice position. But they cannot frig up the smoke gank kill again. Otherwise, they're in big doo-doo. Because that'll be smoke number 2. They'll only have 1 more smoke left if I've been keeping track correctly. They place the sentry. They get the ward that killed Rubik earlier, but look at this. They're going to jump on XXS. He's out of here. He throws out the ult, but he doesn't get the deny. He probably could have got the deny there. That's kind of interesting. Both teams just being a little bit, considering they're professional, just a little bit sloppy. They're not, like, necessarily tier 1, but still. It's early in China. People just waking up. You can't blame them. Who haven't we seen much of? While this Rosh is going, let's take some look at some items. They gotta know this is happening. Maybe they'll push bottom off this IG. Oh, they're so scared. They're just so worried. But look at this. They have like perfect wards. And they should know Rosh is up now. It's been 11 minutes. Maybe they just feel they can't contest it. But I mean, you're giving up cheese Agus. I don't know about this. Can they at least get the tower bottom? Puck's gonna clear out the creep wave. XSS still farming pretty heavily. Lots of buybacks on the table. Pretty much the supports and the offlaner are the only people that don't have buybacks. PL going for S and Y. BKB. I think he's been building Scotty for a while, if I'm not mistaken. What does Q have? Ooh, he's got a blink. That's really good. He's going to be pretty mobile. His spells, there's not really a lot of good spells. When they picked him up, there was some decent spells. Oh, they catch out PL. This is big. This could shut down the Keen Gaming initiation. There's the one thing. Get the hook shot in from Yuna. We're going to get the Dream Coal on just Yuna. I don't know about this, but Keen Gaming, that Agus already paying off. They're retaliating. They're going to get the kill. Aggressive, sorry, is going to get the kill. Baboka gets his Burrow Strike Epicenter off, but it's on a BKB OD. It's going to do nothing. Keen Gaming, 2 down. Aggressive, though, is pumping out damage. They're going to go on him. He's going to pop Rage. I think this is going to be a disengage. Another little mini skirmish. It always looks like it's going to be big, but then they just managed to cut losses. Both teams really nicely. Baboka, though, man, he's now finally getting the right targets, but now they've got BKBs. So if he's not pouncing them first, he's becoming utterly useless. And I think Baboka's, because they don't have a frontliner other than aggressive, he needs to be a little more liberal on his Burrow Strike Epicenter initiations. He has Blink. He's going to use it. PL has Doppel Walk. Sometimes you see PLs get blinked, but I think he's just going to keep going tanky. He has the Scotty coming out to him right now. He's going into Abyssblade. Oh, no. No, he ditched the Scotty. He's going straight up Abyssblade. Okay. Scepter on Puck. This is really good. There's going to be a lot of BKBs in this game. We already have 2. I don't know if Underlord's going to go BKB. But you could see Leshrac, maybe even Clockwork go it at some point. Aeon Disc will be the choice for Clockwork, so he's really worried about the Lina. Aggressive kind of pumps out damage too, so it's decent for him as well. And again, another little stalemate. This is kind of what China Dota is known for. Or well known for. They're very good at, you know, rather than having these big blow-up fights, they're very good at just like cutting losses and realizing when things are in favor and not in favor, and they'll just I don't think we've really seen a whole full-blown fight this game. It's just, they have been full-blown fights, but I think casualty-wise, only a few casualties per team, and they just keep adding on to that. You know, it's like a sandwich. You put your salami, you put your ham, you put your cheese, you get your layers. So they're building up their layers, basically, is what they're doing. I think IG wants to do a smoke gank here. They're kind of forming up a bit, other than YSF or SRF. Aggressive's gonna... Oh! He used this slow. He's walking head first into... Oh, they just jumped an illusion! Aggressive! What? What just happened here? Here comes the rage. He's just gonna start running at Yuna, but there's OD. Abyss Blade down for PL. Here comes the stun from Lina. They're just pummeling into this clockwork, but that's a support. Is that really worth it? The Dream Coil is beautiful from Puck. Keen Gaming, though, I think they're in an excellent spot because BKBs are off the table, and this is a very low HP aggressive. He's trying to regen up. He's focusing the PL, and Keen Gaming are just getting slapped around here. They're gonna have to retreat. Man, Keen Gaming... a little bit sloppy there. They jump an illusion, but they saw aggressive too. Like, they saw him and they just kind of walked by him. And what was even more surprising is aggressive just walked back into them and he didn't even care. He just popped rage, ate through the cog, and yeah. The biggest mistake there, I think, from Keen Gaming was going, or not Keen Gaming, from IG was going for the clockwork. They probably could have got a lot more out of that if they focused other targets. But maybe they thought Clockwork was the only person they could kill during BKBs, and they didn't even bother going for those targets until after the BKB runs out. Smoke up. This is the first one from King Gaming. They're not going to include Pit Lord. They want to show him moving, but I mean, if Pit Lord's right here on the map by himself, this is pretty obvious itself. It's a smoke gank. They know it too. They're just going to go on high ground. YSF is pushing out top lane, but we're going to have an engagement here. This is definitely going to be one. With the hook shot is going to confirm it. That is a super dead Lina. That's the downside to having a Lina core, is that if you don't have a BKB on this woman, which you do actually, but I guess the pushback led into further chain stuns, she's just gonna melt. Buyback will be expended here too. She's got to use it. Pipe gets popped. We got a nice steal of Firestorm from Rubik. Burrow Strike from Baboka. He's just gonna get out of there. Ooh, here comes OD. He's gonna get out of there also. A lot of disjoints from both of the teams here, just trying to buy time. But Keen Gaming's definitely the one putting on pressure. They have cheese on PL. Pump stumping the Pit of Malice. Abyss bladed onto Aggressive, but Aggressive is raged up, so he's not taking any damage whatsoever. They're still focusing the tower. It's at less than a quarter of an HP. It will die. And this is when we're going to see Puck and them come. Baboka is down to self. He gets the Burrow Strike pumped up with the epicenter. He hits a nice 2-man, and it's on 2 cores. That's exactly what he needs. Aggressive is maybe going to... Yes, he's going to take out Pit Lord. There is no running, but is Aggressive going to get out of this? The Force Staff into the cogs. He's going to get eviscerated. And up here in the top lane, we got OD pumping in some damage into Rubik. That's 3 down on IG. What was looking like a decent fight turns to backfire them. They take out the Abyss Underlord, which stops the taxi service. But, I mean, maybe you wanted the taxi service because now you just lost the racks for it. Rubik's trying to steal some spells. He has a pretty nice one, the OD ult here. Laying in some Fade Bolt, but it does absolutely nothing to this PL. OD blinks in aggressively. They just back off from it. IG. This most likely is going to be 2 lanes of racks. 10 seconds for Sand King to pop up, but he doesn't have ult. So this is a guaranteed 2 lanes of racks. This is all up to if Keen Gaming messed this one up or not. They're laying into Puck. BKB pop. This is now an Abyss-bladed Lina, and she's getting eviscerated once again from the OD auto attacks. Next is Baboka on the list. Yules is up with the hook shot into Puck. Force Staff back from Rubik. They will be able to pick up the Baboka kill, and this might just be game. They probably just should have... I don't know. I mean, 2 racks is really bad. You don't want 2 racks dying. Triple kill for OD, they call it. you don't want 2 racks down, but at the same time, maybe if you didn't try and make these little skirmishes, you could have went for one more fight. Either way, Keen Gaming victorious. That's a 2-0 victory. And you know, the thing about that game was aggressive. I do not agree with this build, but I think it worked. Like, he did everything he was supposed to do. He was pumping out physical damage, which his team needs, and he was living. He didn't die till the very end there, which that was really unfortunate because he got forced into cogs by, I think, Rubik, after he already ran into cogs. So he just got pushed back twice while taking OD auto attacks. It was a really unfortunate scenario. But, I mean, he went 5-3. He did pretty decent. But it's one of those moments you think, okay, he did really good with a really old build that no one really does anymore. It makes sense why he did it, because they need physical, but what if he went Radiance, you know? Because he did really well with this build, maybe he would have did game-winning with the other build. I don't think so. I think this game was really on Baboka. I'm not really acknowledging Keen Gaming doing a good job because I'm big on pointing out mistakes, mostly of myself, but I'm doing it with pros in this case. I think Puck did fine. He did the pushing out of lanes. Lena was farming a lot, wasn't really active in a bunch of kills. She was early game, but mid game I think she kind of prioritized farm a bit more, so that might be a fault. Especially if you're going like Bloodstone BKB, you kind of want to just be involved more in kills. And Rubik, it was a good game until they drafted the other heroes, which just kind of screws over Rubik. Yeah, I don't know. I think Baboka definitely was a little sloppy there. In terms of Keen Gaming, they were sloppy too. Like, there were times they could have easily picked off heroes, and like when they blinked on that illusion at the top tier 2, I think they were all just panning their camera forward to try and kill this illusion, and they didn't notice aggressive in the backline. But things like that, you can't just run by aggressive. You could... They don't really have anything to stop his rage, but you could at least acknowledge that he's there, kind of thing. But otherwise, I think they did all really well. PL was super aggressive. Pushing towers like that, 8-0, like it showed. It showed. And Leshrac is such a good pick at the moment. You saw it right there. He makes up for teams not having push heroes. Like, you see a lot of DK, and EG drafts a lot of, like, NP and Veno Jakiro kind of stuff. They do that to... It's like their own little way of picking supports to compensate for a lack of push heroes. And then they could draft heroes like Lena, which are more skill-based towards people like Sumail and stuff. But I don't know. I don't feel as comfy on those heroes. Whereas if you get a Leshrac, you just know. If you win a team fight with a Leshrac, that tower's dead. You know. You don't necessarily know that with a Prophet or anything like that. Because if they have other heroes, they could feel confident enough to fight into a Prophet. It's really difficult to fight into a Leshrac. Clockwork had some excellent hook shots. I think he missed only one. OD was very good. Survived a lot of ganks. MVP of this game, though, I would have to give it to... I'm going to give it to Aggressive, even though I don't agree with his build. He definitely... You could see it. He's aggressive. He's aggressive as fuck. Pardon my French. He's so good at just pushing the enemy in an uncomfortable position when he shouldn't be allowed to do that. It should be Aggressive being the one running away, but he's able to push them back. So yeah, I give him MVP. He did really well. Everyone else did pretty good. Yeah. And that will conclude that part of the Dota China Super Major China qualifiers that I casted. I will see you next time.